Alright, so we are back at Lakeview as we have been almost every single day since the last video, which was about 3 weeks ago. And there you see Dave in the background, along with some flooring that's going down upstairs. The basement's finished, almost. A few odd and end things left. Besides that, we have... Let me just show you the flooring in a minute. First, I'm going to show you downstairs. So downstairs we have most of the baseboard down, as you can see. We need a touch-up paint right there. Had some overspray. Doors have been painted. This is what I was talking about, how the baseboard's kind of a different color. It's a darker color than the wall. This is accessible beige, tinted at 50%. And these walls are alabaster, even though they look white, they're not. I want to brag on the spray gun, how amazing of a job. I can't even see it. Look at that, straight lines right there. Beautiful. New windows are coming, so we just painted over those, no biggie. But yeah, there's the here's the effect, I guess you could say. That's what it's gonna look like. Yeah, pretty cool. This will be my office, I've decided. But overall, everything's really taken shape. We also have the tile flooring down in all of the bathrooms. That's done. Okay, so now that you've seen the basement, this is kind of what the final product's going to look like. The flooring will be different upstairs, obviously, because it's different flooring. This was what was here originally. But let's go upstairs and look at the floor. I'll kind of explain the process behind it. Mold? Did you say mold? Why is there mold? Oh, wow. Look at that. Beautiful. So here's the flooring we use. It's a spruce board. This time we're using a 1x8. And a 1x8 just means this is 1 inch thick, even though it's actually 3/4. And the 8 means this is 8 inches wide, even though it's actually 7¼ inches wide. Because lumber companies like to save a little money. But yeah, so we use these. They're very rigid, kind of like, we'll say caveman style. There's nothing pretty about it until the finished product. So here's what it looks like after it's down, but before it's stained and sealed. Before it's stained and sealed, just a very rugged wood flooring. There's no good way to do it. You just deck screw it down, you leave the gaps. You don't worry about anything. The only prep that you really do is you sweep the floor and you put some black felt underneath to kind of give it a little cushion. The 4 screws, oh well. The little difference in height right here, that doesn't matter either. It's all gonna look awesome at the very end. Even where we scribbled a little bit on the board. You just kind of leave everything, and at the very end, it all comes together.
So screwing this thing, there's no rhyme or reason. I like straight screws, and Nick doesn't. It kind of adds to the effect of what we're going for if the screws are off. My OCD, that's why I'm not screwing them. I can't screw it.
So on the edge of the staircase right here where you bust your head walking down, we just put one of the floor, we cut a piece of flooring to fit right here. Let me turn this light on. There we go. We cut a piece of flooring, the same wood, to go right here, so we had kind of a clean finish on the end. Before it was just like exposed sheetrock edge and some wood underneath that actually holds the floor up. But with this casing on it, and then you cut the flooring to go over it, so it's like a clean finish on top. And then we'll put a little piece of trim right here. It's like a tiny little piece of trim. We'll stain it all the same color, so you'll never see it. And on this side, we have a little overhang here to put the same piece of trim I'm going to put here is the same piece that's going to go right here underneath this overhang to kind of finish everything out. And then I know down here was bad, And right here, I'm just gonna caulk this or put a little piece of trim, I don't know yet, and then paint it all up, and it's gonna be nice and finished and clean. As long as each board, let's take one piece of wood right here. Don't worry about it, just right here. As long as both screws are lined up this way, you're good. The distance from here to here, what I do is I try to tell everybody that's laying it, you put your foot down like this, just real basic, and then you screw the screw about 2 foot or 2 inches in front of your toe, and that's how you measure it. But yeah, it's a very rugged process. There's nothing pretty about it at this stage at all. And like even the gap right here, it does not matter. That gap does not matter. And whenever you see the end result, you'll understand what I'm talking about, why it doesn't matter. Okay, well, this is a new day. New day, new flooring. Flooring is finished. We've laid it. We kind of cheat behind the cabinets a little bit because there's going to be cabinets there, and there's no need to, yeah, cabinets will cover that. We have a cabinet going along this wall, so we just spaced this out to save a tiny skinny cut. Cheating, sure, I don't know. But yeah, we have the flooring finished throughout, and the next step, which will be tomorrow, we're going to put the first coat of stain on it. But for you guys, you're going to see it, we'll just say right now. So we're actually getting ready to lay stain the flooring all together. There's Doug, Grandpa. top of the morning to you. Let me go find a spot for you real quick. Like this right here. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on, let me zoom in magically. See this little spot right here? Yeah, we have to take those shoe prints out. Go ahead. You just got to go over them real quick. Hit it one more time. Yeah. Yeah, so now you may be able to see it, but it's not going to show up after you stain it, and that's the idea behind it. So we have to do that to this whole entire floor. All shoe prints are pretty much gone. And we're ready. Let's do it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. It's fairly simple. Obviously, look at it. We've been doing this for like 35 minutes. We've got the whole house except for this area. There's 2 things I want to talk about. Number 1 is like right here where you do a little spot of stain. You don't want to leave this for too long because then if you go to do the next part, it's going to be a lot darker like it is right here. So you want to kind of blend that together. You might have to go another foot or 2 past it, whichever way you're going. But the next thing, one of the biggest things for me is, bring the camera in here. So whenever you stain the floor, if you look, can you get that shot right there on the crack? Can you see where it's not stained? Do you see that? Yeah. See how you can't see stain in the crack of the 2 woods. That's a no-no. So you want to take this and kind of, there's not much stain on here now, but kind of go along the crack and it gets rid of that. Okay, so I kind of reviewed all of the footage that I've taken of the floor project for this house so far, and I said something a moment ago that will be in the video that I want to talk more about, and that was, what was it? I literally just saw it. Oh, I said that this is kind of like caveman, sort of, like nothing looks good until this is finished. And let me show you, I'll just go over a couple things that doesn't look good beforehand, but after you stain it, and this is even only with one coat of polyurethane sealer, it's gonna be a lot more covered. Let me just turn the camera around and show you. So I brought you over here a moment ago on this video and said that's not gonna matter. Right there's that crack. Right there. It's not gonna matter. Let me show you. See? Yeah, like you can get dirt and stuff. Like I'm telling you, it literally doesn't matter that this crack is here. I've been doing this house now since 2011, or this flooring since 2011. Let me widen this shot. Boop. Look at this. You tell me where a crack matters. I've sold some pretty expensive homes with this flooring in it. So it's $2.15 a square foot. It's remarkably, it's awesome. Like I love this flooring. If you drop a can of peas on it or green beans, it's gonna dent. But it actually makes, it kind of weathers it. It weathers the floor. I don't know how to really describe what I'm trying to say, but it makes the floor look good. I love this flooring. I love this flooring, and in a second in the video, you're gonna see a house that I did back in 2015 with this flooring. It's a different stain color, but it's the same flooring, same idea, and I want to show you what it looks like with a couple dogs, a kid, and just, you know, what it looks like worn. 5 years. So the flooring you're seeing right now is from a friend's house, and it's 5 years old, lots of use, dogs, kid, I should say, and still looks this good. Completely worth it. This floor is awesome. So yeah, that flooring is absolutely my favorite flooring of all time. Besides like bright purple shag carpet, but besides that, it's definitely the pine board screwed straight down like decking, like you would a deck outside. It's so easy to do, but I do want to thank you all for tuning in. Once again, I think this is episode 4. It's either 3 or 4. I'm pretty sure it's 4 of Tall Pines. We have to move in. It is like January 17th right now, and we have to move in probably about 10 days. And we have a long way to go on that house before we move in, but you know, maybe we'll just have to camp out a little bit upstairs or downstairs. I mean, cabinets are in the process of being made. Vanities are in process of being made. Appliances are being delivered this week. Carpet's being installed this week. There's just a lot going on. There is a lot of money being spent right now. Holy cow. It's kind of overwhelming, kind of a little nerve-wracking. That's okay. I get this way every single time I do a house. But everything turns out awesome in the end. But I just want to thank you guys so much for going along with me on this journey of doing, I don't know what journey this is. I guess just my life a little bit. But like, subscribe, do all the things like I just said. Do them all, man. Just go for it. Just go for it, man. I dare you.